The Eye of Horus was not just a symbol. It was how ancient Egypt explained survival. To understand it, you have to understand how Egyptians saw the world. They did not believe chaos could be eliminated. They believed it could only be controlled. Order was fragile, floods could fail. Disease could spread. Enemies could cross the border. Life always stood one step away from collapse. In Egyptian myth, that tension takes shape in the story of Horus and Set. Osiris, the rightful king, was murdered by his brother Set. Set represented chaos, violence, and disruption. With Osiris dead, order collapsed. Horus, Osiris's son, was the only one who could restore balance. But he did not inherit the throne peacefully. He had to fight for it. The battle between Horus and Set lasted years. It was not a single duel. It was a long, destructive struggle that mirrored civil war. During the fighting, Set tore out Horus's eye and shattered it. This was more than physical injury. The eye represented awareness, order, and rightful rule. When the eye was destroyed, balance was broken. The god Thoth, associated with wisdom, writing, and measurement, stepped in. He gathered the fragments and restored the eye piece by piece. But the eye was never fully complete. That detail mattered deeply to the Egyptians. The restored eye became known as the Eye of Horus, or the Wedjat eye. It symbolized healing, protection, and restoration after damage. Not innocence, not perfection, recovery. This is why the eye spread throughout Egyptian life. People wore it as an amulet to guard against illness and misfortune. Mothers placed it on children. Sailors painted it on ships so they could return home. The dead carried it into the afterlife to be protected on their journey. The eye was believed to see danger before it arrived. It watched when humans could not. The symbol also became deeply tied to kingship. The pharaoh was seen as Horus on earth. When order was threatened, it was the king's duty to restore it, just as Horus had done. To rule was not to dominate, it was to repair. The Eye of Horus even shaped Egyptian science. Each part of the eye represented a fraction. 1/2, 1/4, 1/8, 1/16, 1/32, 1/64. When added together, they almost equal one whole. Almost. That missing piece was intentional. It represented the idea that humans can restore balance, but only the gods can make things perfect. Even in healing, something divine was required. The eye also reflected how Egyptians viewed the human body. Its parts were linked to the senses. Sight, hearing, smell, taste. Touch, health meant harmony between these elements. Illness meant imbalance. Healing was not about removing pain. It was about restoring order. There is also an important distinction between eyes. The Eye of Horus is usually the left eye, linked to the moon, healing, and renewal. The right eye is the Eye of Ra, linked to the sun, power, and destruction. One repairs order, the other enforces it. Both were necessary. The Eye of Horus endured for thousands of years because it matched reality. Egypt rose and fell. Dynasties collapsed. Foreign rulers came and went. But the idea remained. Things break. Power is challenged. Chaos enters. Survival does not come from pretending damage never happened. It comes from restoring what can be restored. Not perfectly, but enough. That is what the Eye of Horus meant to ancient Egypt.